So good morning, everybody, and we'll welcome you to the May 23rd, 2023 meeting of the Calvert County Board of Commissioners. At this time, we'd like to ask Bishop Patton if he would come forward and give us an invocation. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Would you join me as we pray? Would you bow your heads, please? Lord Jesus, we love you today. We thank you for this opportunity to come before you. I pray, Lord, for all of the commissioners, for the business, the work of this county that's going to take place. I pray, God, that you would give them wisdom and understanding and compassion, Lord God, as they take care of the business of our community. God, allow them to put politics aside and everything else aside and do what is best and what is right for the members and citizens of this county. We ask this in your name, Lord. Amen.
Amen. So I want to thank Bishop Patton for joining us this morning. He comes to us from Calvert Lighthouse Church right here in Prince Frederick. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is to approve the agenda. Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda as presented?
I have none.
Mr. President, make a motion to move to approve.
Second. A motion and a second that we approve the agenda as presented. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. That brings me to public service announcements. We do have Memorial Day weekend coming up. This coming weekend, we want to remind everybody to take a moment to remember why we're celebrating Memorial Day and the price that our citizens have given so that we can celebrate that Memorial Day weekend. We also want to advise everybody that Memorial Day kicks off summer, and that is hurricane season. And want to remind you that now is the time to make sure you're prepared, especially if you live in low-lying areas, that sometimes we have surge events when we have hurricanes or tropical storms. And this is the time when you should be prepared for those events. And that concludes any public service announcements I have today. And that will bring us to proclamations, and we have a bunch today. And the first one we have this morning is for an employee who passed, Richard Cox. So I think we have the family here. If the family wants to come forward.
Yeah, so you can introduce yourself right at the mic?
Yeah, introduce. Don't worry, David can introduce Susan.
David and Susan Cox.
Amy Rippey. Catherine Hamilton.
And Jean White.
Charles Cox. And Salem.
Jennifer Moreland, Director of Community Resources, and I'm joining me as State's Attorney Bob Harvey. We just wanted to say a few words to acknowledge Rick. He was a wonderful human being, and many times in human service work, it's difficult work, and it's he oversaw as Director of Operations a lot of different facilities in Calvert County. Over 72, I think, RAD homes, multiple senior facilities. You can get caught up in all of that because there's so much to do, and trust me, he accomplished a lot. I mean, we've seen so many renovations under Rick, and those homes and buildings are from the 70s and the 80s, so they're old. They needed a lot of work, and he was incredible at what he did, but he never lost sight of the human side of what he did. And I heard a really lovely story this morning that really has me choked up, that when there was a family that could possibly be evicted, the night before, Rick would say a prayer in hopes that that wouldn't happen. And I hear he had a really good track record, which is very impressive. And I know our office is going to miss him, and so will the Housing Authority office, but I understand his legacy extended beyond what he did for the Housing Authority and was a very active public servant in his church as well. So thank you, family. Thank you for letting us have him as long as we did.
I'm Bob Harvey, State's Attorney. I didn't really know Rick on a professional level. I knew him as a friend. Got to know him through Jean, his fiancée, and knew him through church. Also knew him through a shared love of the Baltimore Orioles baseball team. I had an opportunity to share my tickets with Rick and Gene on occasion. And Rick was just a fantastic, a mere thank you was not enough for Rick. Rick had the old habit of writing personal thank you notes to people, and it was a pleasure to get a thank you note for him. So in Rick's honor and Rick's memory, I encourage everybody, when they want to say thank you to somebody, write a nice little note in Rick's memory. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm doing the proclamation this morning. I normally don't do those unless they're special. And Rick was my cousin, second or third cousin, because as you'll hear, he's been here, his family and our families have been here forever. And I tell everybody, if you've been here more than 50 years, you're related somehow. And but we truly were related. And Rick, I grew up with Rick. I was always Ricky in school, and he was always smarter than I was. But, you know, that's not a hard task. But Rick was an outstanding employee for Calvert County. And Rick, as you've already heard, symbolized true Calvert County. You know, he didn't just care about his job and doing his job and showing up for work. He actually cared for the people that he worked for. And he cared for his community, and he served his community for his entire life until his last breath. And so we just wanted to take this opportunity to recognize and celebrate Rick's life and his service to the community with this proclamation that I'm going to read, or try. Whereas Richard Rick Albert Cox was an upstanding citizen of Calvert County who led a life full of compassion and dedication to service. Rick's lifelong efforts to better the world around him have resonated in the hearts of all who have had the honor to know him. And whereas Rick was born on September the 9th, 1955, to Ann and Charles Cox, his family roots span 8 generations in Calvert County. Rick proudly worked long hours tending crops alongside his family. One of Rick's greatest joys in life was spending time with his family and loved ones. He especially loved when they would accompany him to see his beloved Baltimore Orioles play baseball. And whereas Rick was one of the first graduates from the Calverton School in Huntingtown, Maryland, he entered as a 7th grader when the school opened and graduated as valedictorian in 1973. See, I told you he was smarter than I was. He earned a degree in political science from Western Maryland College in Westminster, Maryland. Upon graduation, he began work at the Housing Authority of Calvert County, where he faithfully served his community for 45 years until his passing. And whereas Rick was a lifelong and devoted member of Trinity United Methodist Church in Prince Frederick, Maryland, serving his community and the Lord through his work as a choir member and lay leader, as well as teaching the New Covenant class and participating in Bible studies. He truly embraced living his life as God's dedicated servant, and his kind, gentle spirit inspired everyone he met. And whereas Rick's loss is felt throughout our community, though he is no longer with us, his legacy to better Calvert County will continue to live on for generations to come. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Calvert County Board of County Commissioners and all citizens of Calvert County extend its deepest condolences to the Cox family and White families for the loss of Rick Cox. Be it further proclaimed that the Board of County Commissioners pay tribute to Rick's legacy and encourage the community to follow his example by being involved in civil service to keep Calvert County a wonderful place to live, work, and visit. Given our hands and seal this 23rd day of May, 2023, signed by all 5 commissioners.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. Bye. She's like, I'm done. Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you. Here, I'll fix it.
All right, moving right along. Josh Dawson, can you come forward, please, sir? Introduce yourself. And your girls' track team can follow suit.
Josh Dawson, year 14 of coaching over at Northern High School, boys, girls, cross country, indoor, and outdoor track.
My name is Annie Campbell. I'm a graduating senior, and I threw this year.
My name is Trinity Maurice. I'm a graduating senior, and I did sprints and jumps.
My name is Gail Henderson. I'm a graduating senior, and I'm a sprinter.
I'm Gabby Cope, and I'm an 11th grader, and I throw.
I'm Kathleen Jenkins. I'm an 11th grader, and I am a thrower.
Hi, I'm Ella Macia, rising junior, and I did distance.
Hi, I'm Mia Halbert. I'm a rising senior, and I did sprints.
Hi, I'm Allie Johnson. I'm a rising senior, and I did distance.
Hi, I'm Evelyn Argelis. I'm a rising senior, and I did mid-distance.
Hi, I'm Moxie Dyro. I'm a rising junior, and I do distance.
Hi, I'm Gentry Bowie. I'm a rising junior, and I did distance.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Bradford. I'm a rising junior, and I did hurdles.
Hi, I'm Destiny Ryan. I'm a rising senior, and I am a sprinter.
Hi, I'm Katie Thompson. I'm a rising junior, and I did sprints.
Hi, I'm Mayana Mako. I'm a rising junior, and I did sprints.
Hi, I'm Noelle Blackman, and I'm a rising senior, and I'm a sprinter.
Hi, I'm Charlie Plater, and I'm a rising sophomore doing sprints.
Okay, here in the county, we've been very fortunate. We've had a lot of our high school teams make it to championship level this year, and girls' track team was part of that. So I'm going to read a proclamation. Whereas the youth of Calvert County represent our most treasured resource, the accomplishments, achievements, and abilities of these young citizens deserve the recognition and praise of their elders. And whereas the 2022-2023 Northern High School girls' track and field team was the 2022-2023 Southern Maryland Athletic Conference East Regional Champions and won the 3A Maryland Public Secondary School Athletic Association Indoor Track Championship. This was the fourth time the Northern Track and Field team won the indoor state title. And whereas the Northern High School girls track and field team was led and supported by head coach Josh Dawson and assistant coaches John Erdahl, Daryl Quick, Kemi May, and Samantha Cole. And whereas members of the 22-23 Northern High School girls track and field team were Evelyn Argelis, Nicole Bissett, Noelle Blackman, Gentry Bowie, Caitlin Bradford, Annie Campbell, Gabby Cope, Moxie Dyro, Mia Halbert, Gail Henderson, Kathleen Jenkins, Allie Johnson, Tawny Lillard, Ayana Makel, Trinity Maurice, Ella Macia, Charlie Plater, Destiny Ryan, Jasmine Simpson, and Katie Thompson. And whereas the Board of County Commissioners wishes to pay tribute to the dedication, discipline, and exemplary performance and accomplishments of the Northern High School girls track and field team. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Calvert County that sincere congratulations and best wishes for continued success are hereby extended to the Northern Patriots girls track and field team on winning the 2022-2023 3A Indoor East Region Championship. Be it further proclaimed that appreciation and thanks are extended to their coaches for their guidance and encouragement to the entire team. Given under our hands and seal this 23rd day of May 2023, signed by all 5 county commissioners.
Okay. Okay, so everyone's got to see the lens, or it's, no, you're not going to be in the photo right there. Okay. Here we go.
Smile.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Great. Congratulations.
Wait a minute, wait. Oh.
I need one for Twitter.
Twitter, what's that?
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations.
Good job, everyone. Congratulations.
They want a hammer. Thank you, Coach. You're here as much as we are.
Not that much.
Thank you.
Okay, and now Coach Dawson is going to introduce the boys.
Coach Dawson here. Same information as last time, but boys head coach.
All right, and if you would move up to the mic and introduce yourselves, guys.
Bradley Jenkins, thrower. Oh, senior, by the way.
Gavin Stevens, I'm a senior, and I run distance.
Ricky Lewis, senior hurdles. Miles Calvert, I'm a sophomore and I do sprinters.
Tyler Brown, I'm a junior and I do sprinters also.
Thomas Twedden, I'm a junior, and I do jumps.
Nathan Cheney, I'm a junior and I do jumps.
Jordan Tuck, I'm a junior and I do sprints and mid distance.
Connor Yakamini and I do jumps and I'm a junior.
Joshua Wilson, I'm a junior, and I do sprints and mid-D.
Holden Lee, I'm a sophomore and I do mid-D and sprints.
I'm Jackson Jacobs. I'm a freshman. I do distance.
I'm Calvert Burkholder. I'm a junior. I do mid-D.
Austin Dew, I'm a sophomore. I do distance.
Okay, so the boys couldn't let the girls outdo them, so they had to be there as well. Congratulations, guys. The proclamation reads, whereas the youth of Calvert County represent our most treasured resource, the accomplishments, achievements, and abilities of these young citizens deserve the recognition and praise of their elders. And whereas the 2022-2023 Northern High School boys track and field team was the 2022-23 Southern Maryland Athletic Conference champions and won the 3A Maryland Public Secondary Schools Athletic Association Indoor Track Championship. This was the first time since 1983 and the Northern Track and Field won the indoor state title. And whereas the Northern High School boys track and field team was led and supported by head coach Josh Dawson and assistant coaches John Erdahl, Derek Quick, Kimmy May, and Samantha Cole. And whereas members of the 2022-2023 Northern High School boys track and field team were Tyler Brown, Calvert Burkholder, Nathan Cheney, Austin Dew, Camden Glovitz, Miles Halbert, Jackson Jacobs, Bradley Jenkins, Holden Lee, Mr. Lewis, Jason Snyder, Gavin Stevens, Gavin Thigpen, Jordan Tuck, Thomas Twetton, Josh Wilson, and Connor Wide. And whereas the Board of County Commissioners wishes to pay tribute to the dedication, discipline, and exemplary performance and accomplishments of the Northern Patriots boys track and field team. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Calvert County that sincere congratulations and best wishes for continued success are hereby extended to the Northern Patriots boys track and field team on winning the 2022-2023 3A Indoor East Region Championship. Be it further proclaimed that appreciation and thanks are extended to their coaches for their guidance and encouragement to the entire team. Given under our hands and seal this 23rd day of May 2023, signed by all 5 county commissioners. Congratulations, everyone.
Same deal. Can we get the back row to scooch over one person length? Yeah, it's good. You come to the other side of Commissioner Jackson. Do you see it? No.
If you can't see the camera.
You gotta find your hole there.
Come on,
Somewhere.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you see it? All right, can everyone see the camera? Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Stay back.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much.
The guy in the back. What? That was good.
Would Brianna Holcomb please come forward?
Put the pressure on it.
Don't screw up now.
Right?
Would you please introduce yourself and come up?
Hi, my name's Brianna Holcomb, and I'm a senior.
Are you here by yourself? Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Coach Battle, head coach of wrestling.
Carol Constantino, assistant coach wrestling.
There you go. Okay. So I'm going to read the proclamation, and it reads as follows. Whereas the youth of Calvert County are an invaluable asset to our community. Their remarkable accomplishments, achievements, and abilities deserve their elders' utmost recognition and praise. They are the future leaders and contributors to our society, and it is essential that we acknowledge their talents and support their growth. And whereas Brianna Holcomb, a senior at Northern High School, my fault. That was totally unintentional, I promise. I didn't go to Huntingtown, I actually went to Calvert, so, if I was going to say anything, it would have been Calvert, but I didn't. Won the Maryland Public Secondary Schools Athletic Association 2023 3A State Championship in wrestling, 130 pounds. And whereas during the 2022-2023 school year, Brianna received these additional honors: 2023 3A South Region Champion, a first place finish in the Who is Number One wrestling tournament, and a sixth place finish in the Southern Maryland Athletic Conference tournament. She was selected as team captain and received a Patriot Award from the Northern High School wrestling coaching staff. Brianna ended her senior year as a two-time back-to-back MPSSAA state champion. And whereas Brianna was led and supported by head coach John Battle, and whereas the Board of County Commissioners wishes to pay tribute to Brianna's dedication, many long hours of practice, exemplary performance, and accomplishments. Now therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Calvert County that sincere congratulations and best wishes for continued success are hereby extended to Brianna Holcomb of Northern High School on winning the Maryland Public Secondary School Athletic Association State Championship for wrestling 130 pounds. Be it further proclaimed that the Board of Calvert County Commissioners, with the community, fellow students, educators, and many friends of Brianna, and wishing her continued success in all future endeavors, given under her hands and sealed this 23rd day of May 2023, signed by all 5 county commissioners.
I think you can take it. She said me, but yeah. I'm not even on her.
So can I have Drew Montgomery come up, please?
Drew Montgomery, I'm a sophomore.
It's great to see so many youth here today and how they're excelling in their sports. So I have Drew Montgomery from Northern High School's proclamation here, and it reads, whereas the youth of Calvert County are an invaluable asset to our community. Their remarkable accomplishments, achievements, and abilities deserve their elders' utmost recognition and praise. They are the future leaders and contributors to our society, and to essential that we acknowledge their talents and support their growth. And whereas Drew Montgomery, a sophomore at Northern High School, won the Maryland Public Secondary School Athletic Association 2023 3A State Championship in wrestling, 113 pounds. And whereas Drew received these additional honors: 2023 3A South Regional Champion, 2023 Champion of Southern Maryland Athletic Conference, SMAC, Tournament, and Champion of the 29th Annual Patriot Classic Wrestling Tournament. He was selected as a team captain by the Northern High School Wrestling coaching staff and is ending his season with a 44-0 record. And whereas Drew was led and supported by head coach John Battle, and whereas the Board of County Commissioners wishes to pay tribute to Drew's dedication, many long hours of practice, exemplary performance, and accomplishments, now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Calvert County, the sincere congratulations and best wishes for continued success are hereby extended to Drew Montgomery of Northern High School in winning the Maryland Public Secondary School Athletic Association State Championship for Wrestling, 113 pounds. Be it further proclaimed that the Board of County Commissioners of Calvert County joins with the community, fellow students, educators, and many friends of Drew in wishing him continuous success in all future endeavors. Given under our hands and seal this 23rd day, May 2023, signed by all 5 county commissioners. Congratulations.
Can we get a little scooching from the side right there? Perfect.
Smile.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations.
On Twitter, principal gets in trouble if he doesn't throw it on Twitter.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This guy's a Brady troublemaker. I think you can take that big guy right.
Perfect.
Can I have Annie Campbell up, please?
I am Annie Campbell. I am a graduating senior, and I'm still holding the proclamation from last time.
Very good.
Good job.
Very
Very
good.
I'd like to say something as well. I'm speaking for my throws coach who was unable to make it today. But our throws group this past winter was the reason why our boys and girls both won. Our girls went 1-2 in the girls shot put. Our boys went 2-3. So it was an incredible performance from our throws group that Annie was one of our main leaders for. So big round for Annie.
And how far was the winning throw?
The winning throw was 38 feet 3 inches.
Congratulations.
What'd you throw, boy?
I'm impressed.
So, proclamation reads as, whereas the youth of Calvert County are an invaluable asset to our community. Their remarkable achievements and abilities deserve their elders' utmost recognition and praise. They are the future leaders and contributors to our society, and essential that we acknowledge their talents and support their growth. And whereas Annie Campbell, a student at Northern High School, achieved remarkable success in the sport of track and field. She showcased her exceptional skills by earning the titles of Maryland Public Secondary School Athletic Association's 22-23 3A South Indoor Regional Champion and Southern Maryland Athletic Conference Champion in shot put. Her dedication and talent has brought her significant recognition and accolades in her sport. And whereas Annie Campbell has been a member of both the indoor and outdoor Northern High School track and field teams for the past 4 years. And whereas the Board of County Commissioners would like to honor and acknowledge Annie Campbell for her outstanding dedication, discipline, exceptional performance, and remarkable accomplishments. Her commitment and hard work have been instrumental to her success. Now, therefore, it be proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Calvert County that sincere congratulations and best wishes for her continued success, and hereby extend to Annie Campbell with the Northern High School shot put team for winning the 2023 Maryland Public Secondary Schools Athletic Association 3A State Championship. Be Be it further proclaimed that appreciation and thanks are extended to her parents, her coaches, and their guidance for the encouragement. Given under the hands and seals this 23rd day, May 2023, signed by our 5 county commissioners. Congratulations.
There we go. Yes. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2. Congratulations.
Good job. We got states on Friday, Saturday, so hopefully we can repeat.
Thank you, sir.
Next, can we have Natalia up here? And how about mom and dad too?
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. Natalia Nazol. Natalia Nazol.
There you go.
Can I say?
Anything you want.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to thank a couple of people that have helped me get to where I am in life in gymnastics. First, I wanted to thank my family, of course. They have been there to support me through everything, and it's amazing. My dad drives me to gymnastics 4 out of the 5 days I go to gym a week, and it's a long drive. It's an hour and a half one way. And on Saturdays, my mom drives me, and I really appreciate it. Also, I want to thank all my coaches for helping me get the chance to go to Eastern Nationals and just the ability to be good. Lastly, I wanted to thank my teachers, especially Dr. Colley, Mr. Muffley, Miss Richards, and Miss Tyndall. They helped me to still keep learning, but at the same time, still get to do gymnastics. I do one class in the car on my way to gymnastics, and it's English. Dr. Colley makes it easier for me to get all my work done fast and easy. I really appreciate it. Miss Tyndall is my NJHS teacher, and she has been very helpful and flexible with my gymnastics schedule, and it's deeply appreciated. I'm so happy and thankful to be getting this proclamation. Thank you.
Shannon Nazal, Mom.
Muhammad Nazal, Dad.
What was your name again? I missed it.
Well, I've gotten to know Natalia a little bit over the years, and I know you are an extremely driven and intelligent young lady. You do a sport that is nothing but perfection. Off a little bit here and there, it don't work out well. And I know with everything in my heart, you are going to do nothing but great things. So I do have to ask a question. Is it getting any easier, or is it getting tougher as this competition gets going? That's what I figure. Doing okay? Well, it seems like the results are definitely saying that. And it is a pleasure to have you here today. And you said everything. You were absolutely right. It takes the family to do this. It is very difficult, and it's a lot of time, and it's not in the backyard. You travel the country. This young lady, they go everywhere to compete. It is really an amazing thing. We are very proud of you. So I want to read this to you today. It says, whereas the youths of Calvert County are an invaluable asset to our community, their remarkable accomplishments and achievements and abilities deserve their elders' utmost recognition and praise. They are the future leaders and contributors to our society, and it is essential that we acknowledge their talents and support their growth. Whereas Natalia Arian Nazal resides in Port Republic, attends Capital Gymnastics National Training Center in Burke, Virginia. She is an 8th grader in Calvert County Schools Virtual Academy and a member of the National Junior Honor Society. Natalia participated in the 2023 Virginia State Level 9 Gymnastics Championships, receiving first place on the uneven bars with a 9.725. We have to find that guy didn't give you the 10, huh? Naming her the 2023 Virginia State Champion. And whereas Natalia was invited to participate in the 2023 Region 7 Level 9 Gymnastics Championship in Virginia Beach, Virginia, receiving third place on the vault with a 9.3, fourth place on uneven bars with a 9.425, and second place in the all-around with a 36.975 among the states of Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, West Virginia, Delaware, Virginia. Only left a few states out. And whereas Natalia was then named to the Region 7 team to compete at the 2023 USA Gymnastics Developmental Program Eastern National Championship in Kissimmee, Florida, Natalia received the highest all-around score for Region 7 in the Junior 6 division with a score of 37.20, landing her 7th place on the East Coast and 13th in the country. Huh? And whereas the Board of County Commissioners presents this proclamation as a tribute to Natalia's diligent work, determination, and outstanding accomplishments. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Calvert County that Natalia Arian Nazal is congratulated on being the 2023 Virginia State Champion on uneven bars by achieving first place at the 2023 Virginia State Level 9 Gymnastics Championships, second place in the all-around 2023 Region 7 Level 9 Gymnastics Championships, and representing Region 7 at the 2023 USA Gymnastics Developmental Program Eastern National Championships. Be it further proclaimed that appreciation and thanks are extended to her parents and coaches for their guidance and encouragement given under our hands and seal this 23rd day of May 23, signed by all five. Great seeing you as always.
I think these guys probably get dressed in full.
Great seeing you as always. You keep doing what you're doing.
I just like.
Could members of the Red Knights International Firefighters Motorcycle Club come forward, introduce yourselves, and could one of you tell us a little bit about your organization?
My name is Alejandro Velasquez, or Alex. So we are part of the Maryland 4, which is a fourth chapter in the state of Maryland. We ride with the International Red Knights MC Club, which is made of first responders, firefighters, EMS throughout the world, globe-wide. We support the firefighters and the families in our everyday struggle and job.
Thank you.
Joseph Gould, I'm past president of Chapter 4, and I'm the current vice president of Maryland State Red Knights.
Melissa Gould, I'm a social member of the Maryland Red Knights Chapter 4, and I'm also EMS for St. Mary's County.
Gravy, I am a social member.
Monica Jones, and I'm a volunteer firefighter paramedic here in Calvert.
John Allen, active member, MD4.
Thank you.
There you go.
Well, you know, full disclosure, I'm terrified of motorcycles. My dad had me on one, and I thought I was going to die. But anyway, but I have enjoyed listening to Commissioner Gadway and Julie Gadway talk about their trips. They do seem like a lot of fun. Julie said she just got back from Alabama, and they drove down in one day and back in one day. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. My God, God bless you. Okay. Whereas the Red Knights International Firefighters Motorcycle Club, RKIFMC, is celebrating its 40th year as an organization of past and current firefighters and their families who share a passion for motorcycling and a dedication to serving the community. And whereas the Red Knights is a worldwide nonprofit organization comprising thousands of firefighters responsible for raising millions in charitable donations. Congratulations, that's wonderful. The local chapter, RKIFMC Maryland 4, a 501c3 organization whose members reside in Calvert, St. Mary's, and Charles counties, will be commemorating 20 years of outstanding service to the community on June 3rd, 2023. And whereas the members of RKIFMC Maryland 4 have demonstrated their unwavering dedication by raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for various local charities, burn centers, and children through impactful toy drives, RKIFMC Maryland 4 has played a pivotal role in hosting numerous events in Calvert County, drawing hundreds of participants from across the United States and welcoming international guests from Canada, Switzerland, Belgium, Italy, New Zealand, and Luxembourg. And you all have traveled overseas, haven't you? You have, oh, and took your motorcycles? Yeah. Okay. I do, a friend of mine, her boyfriend and his brother, they've shipped theirs over.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you put that, do you have to stow those, or that goes on the overheads?
Not a basketball baby.
Okay, whereas the members of RKIFMC Maryland 4 have consistently demonstrated their commitment to promoting motorcycle safety, collaborating with Maryland Highway Safety to raise awareness among fellow motorcyclists and other road users. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Board of County Commissioners of Calvert County extend our sincere appreciation to the Red Knights International Firefighters Motorcycle Club for their charitable actions which benefit the citizens of Calvert County and the state of Maryland. Given under our hands and sealed this 23rd day of May 2023, signed by all 5 county commissioners.
Scooch in, please, everybody. Go.
Smile.
1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Awesome.
Awesome.
Which word are you talking
My grandson's biscuit. Duh. It's Calvert, baby. Catherine, anytime you want to go for a ride, you let me know. Come on, you ride on the back, don't worry, I got a bungee cord, you'll be fine.
She said she wants her own.
Not a problem, I'll go next.
Yeah, she wants her own. She riding back.
He needs one for the paramedic.
Joyce, do you want to come up and introduce yourself and say a little bit about your organization?
Hi, I'm Joyce Backey. I'm with the American Legion Auxiliary, Eric L. Lohr, Unit 274, and I have My name is Patricia McCoy. I am the past state commander of the American Legion, past commander of 206 Chesapeake Beach, proud member of the American Legion Auxiliary Unit 206, and the vice chair of the Veterans Affairs Commission here in Calvert County. I like bringing her along. She has a lot of history with her. We're here today because this weekend, of course, kicks off Memorial Day, but it also kicks off the fact that we have lost a lot of veterans. Most people don't understand that the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day is Veterans Day is for our living. Memorial Day is for those that we've lost. And if you look at anything, you can look out at the courthouse lawn where you can see 55 Calvert Countyans that were lost during World War I, World War II, the Korean War, and Vietnam War. I'm sure that we'll add more, but I hope not. The use of the poppy came about almost 100 years ago. It came from a poem called In Flanders Field, which was written by Lieutenant John McClure as he presided over a funeral for his best friend. And he was in France, and he looked across the crosses that were out there, and all he saw was poppies just blowing in the wind. So he wrote a story. He wrote a poem, and a woman named Mowena Michael, she was a Georgia teacher, she looked at it and she said, we need to do this. We need to push the poppies. And she went out herself and started making the first poppies. She sold the idea. The American Legion Auxiliary picked it up as a program in 1924. It's interesting because you'll see poppy displays out all weekend, and you'll see them throughout the year. Most people, we hand you the poppy. The poppies are free. But if you do decide to give a donation, what's interesting is all of the money that comes in from any poppy donation goes back into the rehabilitation of our veterans, our living veterans. In fact, all of the poppies that you are wearing, and anybody else that has gotten one, every one of those has been made by a Maryland veteran. We do that with our department. And one other thing is that we had a poppy poster contest. Proud to say I haven't announced it yet, but we had 4 winners, all from Calvert County. But we had 35 posters come in, and all of those posters, as well as 350 poppies, are being delivered to Charlotte Hall this weekend. So thank you for hearing our story about the poppy.
Thank you.
Come on out. Yes. I don't remember this program when I was in school many, many years ago. Are we in the school system with this to raise awareness?
It's interesting because in the school system, there's a lot of programs that the American Legion and the American Legion Auxiliary do. We do veterans in classrooms. We do Give 10 to Education. We do the poppy poster contest. We do an Americanism contest. I'm really happy to say that our new superintendent of schools has met with several members of the American Legion, and he has us talking to the principals about all of the different things, especially the scholarships, because throughout the county, we probably give out 7 or 8 scholarships.
Wonderful.
So that is one of the other things that we make sure that we put out.
When we were in England about 10 years ago at the Tower of London, as you crossed over what I'm sure was the moat at one point, have you seen it, Joyce?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Down in the field or where the moat was and going all the way up to the window, you had poppies like raining down. It was so awe-inspiring.
Now, it's interesting because England and Canada, Veterans Day to them is Remembrance Day, and it's the day before ours. So, yes, I'm a Canadian grandmother, so
Okay.
I think I learned a lot about Remembrance Day before I ever learned anything about Memorial Day and Veterans Day.
Well, thank you all for what you do, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Whereas poppies are worn and displayed as a symbolic tribute to our fallen and the future of living veterans and service members. And whereas at the end of World War I, the American Legion family adopted the poppy as a symbol of freedom and blood sacrificed by troops in war times. The symbolic use of the poppy comes from the poem In Flanders Fields, which movingly begins, "In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row," referring to the poppies that sprang up in the churned-up earth of newly dug soldiers' graves over parts of Belgium and France. And whereas the American Legion family has long utilized the red poppy as its official flower, symbolizing the blood shed by those who have served in our U.S. military, mirroring the manner in which the poppy is symbolically showcased in England and Canada in celebratory fashion on their Remembrance Day, also known as Armistice Day and Poppy Day. And whereas wearing a poppy will unite citizens from across the country who decide to show their patriotism. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Calvert County that May 26, 2023 be known as Poppy Day in Calvert County to commemorate the sacrifice of service members in our county and our country. Be it further proclaimed that by this action, the Board of County Commissioners encourage all citizens to join in observing this day to honor every service member who has died in the name of liberty, freedom, and democracy, while also showing their support for living veterans, service members, and their families, given under our hands and sealed this 23rd day of May, 2023, signed by all county commissioners.
Did you get it? I want to make one more note because as you talk about the graves that are overseas. Let me give you the mic just so we don't hear you back. Sorry. One more note. There are still many American graveyards for our veterans, the ones that died overseas, that never came home. Ironically, those cemeteries are all taken care of by the people in the countries where those veterans are. They adopt a grave to make sure that that graveyard is taken care of. So we have them in Belgium and France, and it amazes me. I've texted, that's the wonderful thing about, technology today, but I've sent texts and talked to them by email, and they are just the most amazing people because they pass it down in their families. They pass the grave of a soldier down. So it's a pretty cool little fact. So, but thank you all very much for doing this for us.
You are welcome, and thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'd like Michael Kent to come up and introduce yourself and talk about your organization, National Preservation Month.
Good morning. It's Michael Kent. I'm a member and secretary of the Calvert County Historic Preservation Commission. And what we do is help you save your historic properties. Some of them as old as, or older than 200 years old. And we make sure they stay in good shape.
Thank you.
Chris Sperling, Historic Preservation Planner.
I read this proclamation previous to being here, and it's amazing how many properties are conserved in Calvert County. It's just amazing. And a couple weeks ago, Katie, her great-grandfather's property was put in historic preservation in Solomon's Island. Beautiful home, and I'm so glad that someone has taken it over, and it will continue to be a home that people enjoy, and we get to enjoy when we drive by it. So whereas, since May 1973, the United States has celebrated National Preservation Month as a way to recognize the impact preservation has on historic places and communities. And whereas the state of Maryland and Calvert County are rich in historically significant and diverse architectural and archaeological resources, proud heritage, and abounding cultural traditions. Calvert County has 1,371 listings on the Maryland Inventory of Historical Properties, 91 individual properties that have been designated historic districts, and 3 additional properties that have been designated historic landmarks in the town of North Beach. And whereas historic preservation is an essential component of economic and community development strategies and an effective tool for revitalizing neighborhoods, fostering local pride, and maintaining community character while celebrating the role of history in our lives. And whereas historic preservation is relevant for communities across the nation, both urban and rural, and for Americans of all ages, all walks of life, and all ethnic backgrounds. It is important to celebrate the role of history in our lives and the contributions made by dedicated individuals in helping to preserve the tangible aspects of the heritage and places that have shaped us as a people and promote a sense of place and identity. And whereas National Preservation Month is designed to encourage residents to go out and visit historic sites that make our communities meaningful places to live. This year's theme, People Saving Places, is a national acknowledgement to those doing the great work of saving historic places and inspiring others to do the same. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Calvert County that the month of May 2023 be known as Historic Preservation Month in Calvert County. Be it further proclaimed that we call upon the residents of Calvert County to join their fellow citizens across Maryland and the United States in recognizing and participating in this special observance. Given under our hands and sealed this 23rd day of May 2023, signed by all 5 county commissioners.
So that concludes Calvert County Proclamation Day. It's, no, you got a public hearing. They seem to bunch up every once in a while, and we'll go weeks with none, but today was a busy day. So that brings us to, we have a public hearing scheduled for 10:30. Director, no, come on.
Not director.
You're director now.
It's always a pleasure being director, so.
All right, Jacqueline, you're in charge.
I promise I will talk slow today. Hopefully I keep my word. So, good morning, commissioners. I'm Jacqueline Calvert, Special Projects Manager with the Department of Community Resources, and I'm joined here today by my colleague,
Kiko Nash. Good morning, commissioners.
Good
I'm
morning.
Grants Coordinator for the Department of Community Resources and Economic Development.
So today's hearing is for the purpose of opening the record for public comment on the 2024 Community Development Block Grant CDBG application. The county has adopted guidelines for conduct at public hearings as detailed in Resolution 6-89. This hearing will be executed to compliance with that resolution. The hearing has been advertised, a sign-in sheet has been provided for speakers and is located on the podium to the left behind me. I'm going to start with my memo. Background, a public hearing is required for the purpose of approving a Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, application for submission to the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development, DHCD. The Department of Community Resources, CR, is coordinating an application to complete engineering work to renovate 85 Main Street, Prince Frederick, Maryland, 20670. Previously, $800,000 in CDBG funding was secured for Phase 1 that included acquisition of the property. There is a documented need for an emergency weather shelter due to an inadequate amount of beds in local programs. This is noted and addressed in Calvert County's freezing weather plan. Below are the numbers of Calvert County's 3-year service to the homeless. In 2018, 373 individuals were served. In 2019, 451 individuals were served. And in 2020, 440 individuals were served. These numbers include the growing number of senior homelessness. The county's current Project Echo shelter has exceeded available capacity and has limits on serving the chronic homeless with serious mental illness. Instead, these individuals often live in encampments and cars, presenting a risk and public health safety issue. This also frustrates small business owners. Please note that 2021 and 2022 numbers are pending. Local established nonprofits, Honor Own of Calvert County, Inc., and Lifestyles of Maryland, Inc., have proposed a partnership with the county on this project. Both nonprofits work with community resources on homelessness outreach, case management, and services. Discussion, the Department of Community Resources is applying for an additional $605,000 in CDBG funds for Phase 2. Additional funding for day-to-day operations is available through other grant opportunities. Fiscal match, none, no match is required. The county does provide in-kind administrative support for this project. The Department of Public Works will support ongoing maintenance costs for this project. Conclusion and recommendations, in addition to holding a public hearing, we request that you sign the resolution and authorize the board president to sign a statement of assurances and certifications and a letter of support. We also request that you approve and authorize the board president to sign the grant agreement, any corresponding subrecipient agreements, amendments, and reporting documents that are necessary once the grant is approved by DHCD. So, if there are any speakers, I will call the speakers to the microphone before the public hearing is concluded. You will be called up in the order you have signed up. Please limit your comments to 2 minutes if you're commenting as an individual, or 5 minutes if speaking on behalf of an organization. Please speak directly into the microphone so that viewers of the tape broadcast, along with attendees, will be able to hear your comments. At this time, I will check to see if anyone has signed up to speak. I believe we have some folks in the audience. And I will say that I did receive a public comment in my email of a citizen who is in support of this project. And introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Danielle Johnson. I'm the Executive Director of Honor Own of Calvert, proud Executive Director, honored. I'm grateful to be able to speak today on this expansion, very much needed services. I'm grateful for the support of my staff, also of the ladies that's been working so hard to make this happen. So I'm just grateful to be here. Our program, we're Wellness and Recovery, but we also want to fill in the gap. There's definitely lacking resources for the homeless in the county, so we're looking to just continue to support the homeless as well as our members, and thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Mozette Dillon, and I'm the office manager at On Our Own. I first started off as feeding the people at the old building in 2018. From that time, I have got a job. In 2020, when the COVID came, my director kept the doors open. We fed them, they washed their clothes, and they got something to take a shower and stuff. And since then, my director gave me a job, so I've been right there with her. We have served them, have given them anything that we can do for them. So that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi,
Hi, my name is Kelly Fry. I'm the Certified Peer Recovery Specialist for On Our Own of Calvert. I recently switched over from a different position where I also worked with the unhoused members in Calvert County. We would go out to the encampments and we would check on them. We would provide them with whatever resources were available at that time. I left that position and moved over here with her because a lot of the programs that we do have currently in Calvert County, there's a lot of restrictions as far as how you can help them, when you can help them, what data requirements you have to have in order to help them. By working for On Our Own, we're able to help them regardless of what their situation. If they need help, we can help them. I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to be working under Ms. Johnson, and I thank you guys for today.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jason. I'm a client of On Our Own. I'm very grateful to have this establishment. They've helped me in support. I struggle with addiction. I have 113 days to stay, clean today. So,
Congratulations.
I love this family. It's a family, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have anyone signed up on the phone to speak? No? So seeing as comments are complete, I ask that you close the record and approve, adopt, and enact the resolution, and authorize the board president to sign the accompanying CDBG documents. And I'm here if you have any questions.
Questions? Fate. Yep, need a motion.
I move that we close the record and approve, adopt, and enact the resolution, and authorize the board president to sign a statement of assurances and certifications, a letter of support, the grant agreement, and any corresponding sub-recipient agreements, amendments, and reporting documents that are necessary once the grant is approved by DHCD.
Second. I have a motion and a second that we close the record and approve, adopt, and enact the resolution and authorize the board president to sign a statement of assurances and certification, a letter of support, the grant agreement, and any corresponding subsequent agreements, amendments, and reporting documents that are necessary once the grant is approved by DHCD. It's a lot of signing.
It'll save you time later. Streamline, right?
Is there any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Thank you,
Thank
ladies and
you.
gentlemen.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all for coming in.
Thank you.
Next. The second public hearing is Department of Public Works Highway Customer Service Budget Adjustment. Director. You are the director, right? For today.
For today. Good morning, Commissioner Jared Cosgrove, Acting Director of Public Works. I'm here with my staff, Highway Division, Highway Maintenance Division Chief, Mark Mister. We're here for a public hearing to do with the Highway Customer Service Budget Adjustment. This time, I'll turn it over to Mark to read the memo.
Maybe Mark, pull the microphone.
Background. The Department of Public Works Highway Maintenance originally budgeted for sand and salt for use of the operations of 2022-2023. The department received no significant weather events during this season. The discussion. When preparing the fiscal year 2023 operating budget, Highway Maintenance had budgeted to replace stockpiled salt. Due to the mild winter and insignificant snow totals, the Highway Maintenance is requesting two budget adjustments. BA 000018 to transfer $400,000 from the Public Works Highway Maintenance snow removal, and BA 000038 to transfer $366,000 from Public Works Highway Maintenance snow removal contractors. The two budget adjustments would move $766,000 to the Public Works Highway Maintenance Contract Services. The transfer of $766,000 to the Maintenance Contract Services will enable Highway Maintenance to utilize the additional funds to reduce the highway maintenance repair requests from customers. The financial impact, fiscal impact. $766,000 will be redirected and added to the Highway Maintenance Contracted Services account. Conclusion. The Department of Public Works Highway Maintenance request that the Board of County Commissioners, after taking public comment, close the record, and the staff will return in 10 days to request the Board of County Commissioners to approve BA 00018 and BA 00038, and the request the board adopt and sign the related budget resolutions.
At this time, we can open the floor up for public comment. There's a sign-in sheet behind me. I'll check and see if anyone signed it. We have no speakers at this time in the audience. Is there anyone on Zoom that would speak?
Any questions?
This is why no snow is good.
True.
I do have one question. I'm okay with the budget adjustment, but I would like a list of priorities of where we will be spending these funds and the priorities list on these funds.
Okay, we can gather that together. And send it to you.
So the money's going to be used to get through the list of work projects that are on the books that need to be done. So you take this money and hire contractors to go out and address those issues, correct?
Correct. So we have a list. Right now, we're around 200, 220 customer service tickets that's coming through our system for multiple, issues throughout the county, whether it be drainage issues, erosion issues, patching of pavement, so forth to our roads. So we have a list. We've vetted them throughout. When we get a customer service call in, we basically log a ticket. We send an inspector out. They take a look at it, determine whether or not it is a responsibility of the county. There is time it's not, because it's just the location of it. Some things are on private roads, some things are on the back of citizens' yards. That's not necessarily a drainage concern of the county. So we vet the project, so we have a list, and we can get them together. But the ultimate goal was to reduce turnaround time. A couple years ago, we were almost 18 months behind on customer service tickets. We've done this process in the past at a smaller scale to hire contractors to help reduce the tickets, and now we're about 8 months. We'd really like to turn that down into weeks, not months. So this will help tremendously.
And you prioritize those projects and make sure you get the ones done that are most immediate hazards. And
Correct.
don't want anybody to think out there that we're leaving holes in the roads because they weren't down the list. These are projects that need to get done, but they're not an immediate hazard to the public.
Correct.
All right. Motion?
I move that we close the record and staff will return after 10 days to request BOCC approval of BA 00018 and BA 00038 and request the board adopt and sign the related budget resolution.
Second.
A motion and a second that we close the record. Is there any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that concludes all the public hearings, so we're going to go back to the good stuff. We have 2 awards to present today. Tori?
Good morning, Commissioners, ladies and gentlemen. I am not Tori. I am Ashley Brown of the Calvert County Government Employee Recognition Committee. I just want to take a moment to say thank you for having us, and I would like to introduce Tori Boschert, who will be presenting awards for 2 teams today. And I just want to say thank you to all of these people who keep Calvert County improving and a great place to work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
How are you all doing today?
Wonderful.
It's been a quick morning, right? Well, I'll try to make this as quick as I can. I know you guys know I like to talk, but I'll keep it short. My name is Tori Boschert. I'm the Recreation Coordinator for the Central District of Parks and Recreation, but today I'm here as a member of the Employee Recognition Committee. I am presenting this Team Excellence Award to not everybody who is on the award is here, but to several people that are listed on this award. The Team Excellence Award acknowledges employees who have excelled in a group setting and displayed cooperation and teamwork in support of a common goal or project, which has produced exemplary results. Anyone can nominate a group of coworkers for this award, so please check out the ERC webpage for more information. And without further ado, this Team Excellence Award is being presented to the following people for their tremendous work with the online permitting system: Nicole White, Carrie Antonetti, Kristen Wallow, Matt Cummers, Beth Ann Rimmer, Charlene Johnson, Colleen Anglin, Danielle Reel, Jesse Clark, Jessica Gattano, one of my best friends, Jim Yorio, Joe Hawkshurst, Kat Lockwood, Katie Strauss, Kelly Cochran, Kelsey Chavez, Libby Mills, Rachel O'Shea, Ronald Marney, Susan O'Gorman, Bob White, Emily Matthews, John Knopp, Kim Whittington, Michael Barnes, Tony Zim, Jeff Westbrook, Ron Babcock, Amy O'Connor, Dawn Mister, and Nicholas Hybe. If you all would please come up, we have some plaques and t-shirts for you, and you will stand in the front while I read the rest of this presentation. So if I called your name, please come up here.
Do you get the sense that Tori and Katie are cutting losing?
Yes. Don't even. I'm saying the same exact thing right now. I was thinking that.
If we have another opening, I know where we're going.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The best friend.
How are you? You're the best friend. Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah. What about these other people? They're not her friends? Yeah.
There we go.
You're right. You don't even know the half of it. We have Katie, so.
Yeah, come on around, come on around.
All right.
Good, how are you?
Good. Are you counting down the days? December or something, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I hear.
For you.
Yeah, well,
How are you? Good.
some people can stay down front. Oh, be careful. I'm sorry, Catherine tripped you. She's done it before you. Wait a minute. Hey, stay. Somebody's got to stay. You'll be fine. We're going to stand up.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'll get it right in the next one.
I'll let you guys go that way.
Yep, squeeze in and then we'll start on the road, guys in the back, women in the front.
Well, you know, they used to, there was a stool here, they used to tease me and said the stool was for me, so they could sit in it. Oh, yeah.
All right, and while everybody gets situated up there, I'll continue reading this. So the reason why this team was selected and nominated is because they worked tirelessly for several years to enable submittals of online permit applications and scheduling of inspections. When the pandemic started in March 2020, it became a priority to update the current permit tracking system to allow online submittals for permit applications. This work included streamlining processes from consecutive to concurrent review by all required agencies, internal and external. The building and grading permits were also merged into one application in order to simplify submitting and reviewing permits. The online portal allows citizens to submit applications online and to view the progress of their application review in real time. Many hours were spent creating the electronic process, altering the existing permit tracking process, and testing each of the processes. Residential and commercial building permits can now be submitted and paid for online, and building inspections can be scheduled online as well. If there is anyone who would like to speak on this amazing group of people, please come up now.
First of all, Commissioners, I'd like to thank you, Mary Beth Cook, Director of Planning and Zoning. Wow, teamwork. Look at this incredible group of people who work tirelessly, never stopped serving the citizens for 1 minute. They may have had to put them off for a few hours, but they got their work done in addition to taking on this huge task. It is a wonderful addition to our permitting system, including all of the reviewers, state agencies. TS, I can't thank you enough for the hours and hours and hours
that you put into this. All of the pushing and prodding and come on, team, let's get to the finish line. You all did it, and I can't thank you enough.
So today we're here to celebrate and recognise an exceptional team that embodies the true spirit and collaboration, innovation and perseverance. This team has demonstrated what it means to be cross-functional, seamlessly integrating input from various departments with conflicting requirements. What makes their achievement even more remarkable is the positive impact it's had across departments by harnessing the power of technology, unleashing accountability and visibility. We have managed to streamline process, reducing response times and improving customer satisfaction levels. The visibility of this system has not only enabled citizens to see the status of applications in real time, but has also spurred competitions between agencies as they compete to process their portion of the application first. It is important to note that their achievements were not confined to technological advances alone. The team has embraced a collaborative approach that's involved working directly with a variety of stakeholders, including state agencies, contractors and citizens. By involving all stakeholders, they've ensured that the portal was not only a technological success, but it was also a tool that meets the needs of the citizens of Calvert County and the Calvert County Board of Commissioners. I would like to personally thank you all for your commitment. Your success is a testament to the power of collaboration and the remarkable things that we can achieve when we work together towards a common goal. Thank you.
Good morning. I would like to also thank this group. They spent a lot of time and effort in developing this program, both during normal work hours and after hours doing testing. And it has helped tremendously with the review staff between planning and zoning and public works to streamline this process. And I do thank you tremendously. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Buddy Hance. I'm a county commissioner. And look, on behalf of all my fellow commissioners, I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. Because as a commissioner, you don't know how many phone calls we get about my permit. It's taken forever to get my permit. I can't get my permit. Where is it at? One person tells me it's here, another person tells me it's there. It's a mess. That's all I would hear all the time. And because of you all and what you have done, I don't get those phone calls much anymore. Because people can go online, they see exactly where their permit is. Sometimes it's the engineers and it's not you. And so now people know exactly where their permit is, what they need to do, and they can all do it from their home. So on behalf of all of us, we truly want to thank you for what you've done for us and all the citizens of Calvert County. Thank you.
The wide angle in.
A lot of scooching, huh, Kevin?
Yeah, right? Bigger hearing room for this one.
I can just be a head floating.
Some settings here. Okay. You got to find the lens, everybody. Ron, hook your head out over there. In the back, can't see you very well. Here in the center, find your pocket. Here we go.
Smile.
And 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Awesome.
Thank you all very much. Somebody help Libby down.
Good, good. How you doing? Good, good. How's everything on that side of the street over there? Yeah, yeah. How's that?
As old as you act? As old as you act and as old as you got this place making.
We know Catherine tripped you. She did. Yeah, oh yeah, we don't make trips on the record. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, that Catherine tripped her. Yeah.
So when the lawsuit comes.
Yeah, is that the notes?
They can sue her.
Casper, did you apologize?
For tripping the woman.
For tripping her?
It's like when someone asks for the manager and you're the manager, so you turn around and you're like, hi, how can I help you? I'm back again. So I will also be presenting the Pride and Quality Award. The Pride and Quality Award is an award that recognizes those employees whose extraordinary efforts have produced significant and measurable cost savings to the county, and or their efforts have resulted in greater efficiencies, time and or cost-saving measures, which will carry, and or their job performance has resulted in positive public relations for the county. Anyone can nominate a group of coworkers for this award. So again, please check out the ERC webpage for more information. So, this is a lot less people than the last one, don't worry, but you will see some familiar faces. This Pride and Quality Award, I believe, is the first time ever that it's being awarded to 3 people in one presentation, and this is for their extraordinary efforts in improving the Calvert County government's land management system. So, Dawn Mister, Amy O'Connor, and Nicholas Heeb, will you please come back up to the front to receive your Pride and Quality Award? So with this, Dawn and Amy have worked tirelessly over the last 3 years to improve our land management system. Nicholas is a more recent addition, but has already demonstrated strong work ethic and technical excellence. These 3 employees have demonstrated immense dedication and effort in transforming the system into something that will drive real value for citizens throughout for citizens through improved trackability, accountability, and accessibility. Permits issued between January 23rd, 2022 and March 19th, 2022 took an average of 63 days to complete. During that same time frame in 2023, they're now averaging 15 days. Their work has resulted in a significant improvement to the land management and inspection system, enabling citizens to easily track, access, and pay for their inspections and permits. The new system will help improve government accountability, transparency, and communication. This award recognizes not only the extraordinary effort of these individuals over a prolonged period of time, but also their efforts, commitment, and long-term vision to improve a system that has not always been enjoyed universally. So, if there is anyone who would like to speak in regard to these wonderful people, please come up and do so now.
Good morning. My name is Stephen Pereira, Director of Technology Services. Second time the charm. These 3 people in front of you have shown a level of commitment that has truly gone above and beyond. They made a remarkable, sustained level of effort over a 3-year period, working long hours and weekends, particularly around the go-live period. This team has embraced the principles of Agile in every aspect. They swiftly brought a minimal viable product to market at the start of the pandemic. And from there, they've continually and iteratively improved on the system, and they will continue to do so. The impact of their work goes beyond the numbers and statistics, but the numbers are very good. As of this morning, there were 207 online permits versus 188 in person. This shows that the citizens are embracing the system that they built, and for good reason. We've seen a greater than 50% reduction in the permitting processing times already. This system resonates with the people we serve, empowering them and enabling a seamless interaction with our services. The pride of the work exhibited by this team has set a benchmark for excellence that will inspire future projects to come. To the members of this team, I congratulate you on this well-deserved Pride and Quality Award. Your commitment to excellence, your unwavering dedication and relentless pursuit of innovation have made a lasting impact on our organization and the community we serve. I would like to personally thank you for everything that you have done, and thank you for representing TS in the manner that you have done. Your pride and the quality of work that you have executed shines bright on us all. Thank you.
Mary Beth Cook, Director of Planning and Zoning. I'm sure Dawn and Amy are laughing at the 3 years. It's been their life's work to get the permit tracking up and running, to make it seamless, and this is just icing on the cake so that people, the citizens and the developers and the engineers can now apply online, view online, and so thank you, well deserved.
Oh my goodness, on a personal note, thank you. I said on a personal note, thank you. Oh my, you have cut down my time. Yes, yes.
And I'm done. See you guys later.
Bye.
You know, Mary Beth, I'm gonna add to that, you can attest to the Monday morning phone calls. And you and Director Willis, you noticed last few weeks? I know, right? Did Mike die over the weekend, or what happened? I mean, because a typical after the weekend, it could be quite a while Monday morning. So on a personal note, I told everybody, thank you. So.
All right, thank you. So the next item on the agenda is appointments. Deputy Administrator Vassallo.
Yes, we do, I'm so sorry.
Ag Preservation Advisory Board.
Ag Preservation Advisory Board, but it is not on my sheet.
I have it if you need.
So, yeah, go ahead, Commissioner
Thank you,
Hart.
Commissioner Hart. I don't have it on our sheet here.
Sure, sure. We have, looks like, 3 new appointments. Thomas
No.
No, his is not coming back. So,
Right.
yes. So Thomas Hansen is not coming back, being replaced with Stephen Oberg. And then Charles Spicknell's term is maxed, replaced with Dean Garriston. And no explanation there, but Walter Wells will be replaced by
No.
Marie.
No.
Yeah, right?
Commissioners, currently, right now, staff recommends the board, recommendation is for Stephen Oberg to the Agricultural Preservation Board, and then re-advertise for the alternate vacancies.
Oh, okay. I apologize because I have all 3 here, so.
So I make a motion, we approve the appointment.
Second.
Sorry.
Have a motion and a second that we approve Stephen Oberg, Dean Garriston, and Mara Cunningham to the Agricultural Preservation Advisory Board. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We'll get through this one way or the other.
Yes.
Too many proclamations in one day. Next item on the agenda is consent. We have 2 items under consent today. Department of Public Works credit card and debit card payment option at the Appeal landfill, and Department of Parks and Recreation Chesapeake Hills Golf Course tobacconist license. Are there any objections to the items under consent?
I have none.
Hearing none, those items will be adopted as presented. That brings us to old business. Item 1, Department of Community Resources Emergency Rental Assistance Program, ERAP. Director Moreland.
No, still good morning.
It's good morning.
You're right, it does. Yes, it does.
Jennifer Moreland, Director of Community Resources. I'm coming today to talk about the Emergency Rental Assistance Program budget adjustment. Background, Calvert County Government, CCG, was invited by the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development, DHCD, to apply for Emergency Rental Assistance Program, ERAP funds. To date, the Calvert County Government has been approved for $2,089,878 in ERAP 2 funding for rental assistance, utility assistance, other housing-related financial assistance, and housing stability services to people who are homeless or at risk of being homeless in accordance with the terms and conditions of the agreement. Discussion. The ERAP program is scheduled to end June 30th, 2023. However, the Department of Community Resources has expended all direct assistance funds in advance of the date, and $96,537 in rent and utility requests remain for May 2023. The Department of Community Resources has nearly half of the funding available in ERAP 2 salaries and benefits. For the other half, Calvert County government has available American Rescue Plan Act funds to address the negative economic impacts from the COVID-19 pandemic, of which household assistance for rent, mortgage, and utility assistance is an allowable expense. Fiscal impact. The Department of Community Resources is requesting budget adjustment BA 85 from American Rescue Plan Act, other expenses, and ERAP 2 salaries and benefits to address the remaining May 2023 rental and utility requests. Conclusion recommendation. The Department of Community Resources requests board approval of budget adjustment BA 85 to close out the ERAP program.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I move that we approve and adopt the budget adjustment BA 85.
Have a motion and a second that we approve and adopt BA 85. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Director.
Thank you,
Thank
Commissioners.
you.
Next item under old business, Department of Finance and Budget. Director Strand, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I'm Sharon Strand, the Director of Finance and Budget, 2024. A motion was made during the May 16th, 2023 public hearing to keep the record open until close of business June 5th, 2023. The FY24 budget is scheduled to be adopted on June 6, 2023. Discussion. In the county's commissioner's budget, FY24 budget, the general fund operating budget was presented at $367,066,318. The staff has received direction from the Board of County Commissioners to include the following in the FY24 adopted budget. First, to increase the Board of Education by $13.4 million for a total budget of $154,705,251. Second was to add one position, the Assistant State's Attorney 2, to the State's Attorney's Cost Center totaling $165,224. All 5 commissioners were present during the FY24 Commissioners' Budget Public Hearing, in which 12 in-person comments were received, along with 1 virtual caller comment, which is Exhibit A. Also, staff also received 2 emails for consideration, which are attached as Exhibit B and C. Fiscal impact is to be determined based on guidance from the commissioners. Conclusion recommendation. Staff seeks the BOCC direction and approval on the additional items to be included in the fiscal year 2024 adopted budget.
So you see in the memo that there are 2 items to be added to the budget. Are there any other items that anyone wants to add? Well, that's good. So we will need a motion to add those 2 items.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. Make a motion that we add the additional items to be included in the FY 2024 adopted budget.
Second. Have motion and second that we add 2 additional items to the FY 2024 budget. Item 1, to increase the Board of Education fund by $13.4 million for a total budget of $154,705,251. The second item is to add 1 position in the Assistant State's Attorney's Office, totaling $165,224. Are there any discussion on that motion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Mr. State's Attorney, you were just here to moral support?
No, I'm here to say thank you.
Well,
this job now for a little over 3 years. Prior commissioners have been very supportive of public safety and law enforcement. This board is equally supportive, so I want to thank you. This position is a result of a case that was brought to my attention by Commissioner Cox, where maybe we didn't do everything we could have done to get restitution in a case. This position is designed to designate a state's attorney to aggressively monitor restitution in criminal cases and seek prosecution for violations of probation when it's not paid. So that's what this job is all about. It's also going to do some liaison with the Police Accountability Board, which, by the way, is meeting tomorrow night. Thank you all very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chairman.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. So it appears that we need to make a little correction here, and to the motion that we did for the Ag Preservation Board, we need to rescind that motion and make a motion that we appoint Stephen Oberg only to the Ag Preservation Advisory Board.
Mr. President, I make a motion, we rescind the previous motions on the Ag Presidential Board. Mercy, it's been a day. The Ag Preservation Advisory Board, and then we move to approve Stephen Oberg. Pam, you okay?
Correct. Yes.
If Pam's happy, I'm happy.
Correct.
I'll second your motion.
I have a motion and second that we rescind our earlier motion for those appointments to the Ag Preservation Advisory Committee, and that we appoint Stephen Oberg to the Agricultural
It's in the water
Preservation
today.
Advisory
It's in the
Committee.
water.
Yeah. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. That brings us to public comment. Counselor?
Yes. The county commissioners have adopted rules to monitor, to maintain the order and decorum in keeping with the dignity of the government process. A copy is found here to my right. Lobbyists include those who seek to influence local policy and are compensated for doing so or provide gifts to local officials. Speakers of public comment are strongly encouraged to review the Calvert County Ethics Ordinance and register in advance if required to do so. Do we have any speakers on Zoom?
We have no speakers on Zoom.
Thank you. That brings us to Commissioner reports. Commissioner Cox.
Well, it was a busy week. We had a celebration of life. We had a nephew's wedding, and we had a fundraiser, and we also had my wife's birthday.
Fundraiser, it's that time already.
So it was a busy week. And just a note for Memorial Day, want everybody to have a safe and happy one. And let's take some time out to remember those who died in service to our country. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Ireland?
So Saturday, I turned in Leslie Florestano's, she was a public defender when I first came on the job. I'm sorry. I attended Leslie Florestano. She was a public defender when I first came on the job as a deputy. She retired. She spent a lot of time in the county on the district court side, pretty much representing. It was very well attended. A lot of Calvert County was there. Breezy Point blast-off fireworks were great. It was well attended. On Sunday, I went to St. Edmund's Church. Pastor Jones retired after 24 years of service to St. Edmund's, and they also celebrated their 158th anniversary that day. I attended memorial service for Pat Swan at Swan Farms. There's a lot of Calvert County there as well. Last night I went to Huntingtown High School Senior Awards. Numerous students received recognition for their accomplishments. One student received appointments to the Naval Academy and the Air Force Academy and had to choose.
Wow.
Awesome.
So that was pretty significant. And another young lady who was the head of the ROTC her senior year received an appointment to Massachusetts Maritime Academy. So a lot of students doing a lot of great things. It's good to see.
Very good. Commissioner Grasso?
On the 17th, I attended a DARE program graduation of 5th graders from Cardinal Hickey Academy. And Corporal Mitchell from our Sheriff's Department, he evidently, I don't know that he runs it, but he's very involved. What a great example for these children. They read letters of what the DARE program meant to them. And this experience will stick with them for a lifetime. It made me think, I talked last week about attending Become One at CSM, and the fact that there were 42 young adults in our high schools who had their pictures taken, and you could read how they cope with stress. What an opportunity we're missing in Calvert County not to have the DARE program in elementary, middle, and high school. You talk about support and people to look up to. This is needed. On the 18th, I attended the track and field for Special Olympics, and I had mentioned earlier the Sheriff's Department was there, Sheriff Cox, and so many of his, do you call them deputies?
Deputies.
Yes.
Deputies. And again, a great presence within the community and great support from our Sheriff's Department. I too was at the Breezy Point Beach Blast-Off, did not stay for the fireworks. I had a 15-year-old with me who was getting a little antsy, so we departed after a couple of hours. And, but it was very nice. I mean, you know, now my husband's like, we need to bring a tent down here, we need to bring the whole family. He was really psyched about it, so it was a good time, and the crab cakes were good. So, thank y'all.
Thank you. Commissioner Hart?
I just want to say my thanks and respect to all the families with this upcoming Memorial Weekend, and just wishing everybody a safe holiday. Thank you.
Thank you. So last Thursday night, I attended the Girl Scout ceremony. The Girl Scouts are a little different than Boy Scouts. They have one big ceremony for all the troops in the county at one time, and I left my program home, but there were two young ladies that made gold, and they recognized probably 50 or 60 other young ladies that have reached different levels, but it's very refreshing to attend an event like that, and you see about 100 parents there and all these young ladies, and see them excelling already at such a young age. So really appreciate the invitation, and it's always an honor and a privilege to be invited and witness that. Also, our seniors have spent their last day in high school. Graduation's not for another 10 days or so. I want to congratulate Sheriff Ricky Cox and Commissioner Tyler Ireland, who have children graduating this year. And all the graduates, want to wish them all the best and hope they have very successful lives ahead of them. Life is going to change for them. I don't know if they realize it yet or not, but they're not going to get summers off anymore, and they're going to have to go to work. And good for Commissioner Ireland. His son has already signed up with the union. He's got a job waiting for him.
Good.
As soon as he gets out of school, right?
He's working with ACI.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, and we talked earlier, we attended the CTA ceremony, signing ceremony a couple weeks ago where, I don't know, it was probably 50 kids there that had already signed up for jobs and careers, and it's excellent. As a parent, you have to be very proud that your children have already made that decision in their lives. So I want to congratulate all the graduates, and as Commissioner Hart said, want to wish everybody a very safe and happy Memorial Day, and just remember why we're celebrating. Someone have a motion for me?
Yes, sir, Mr. President. I move to recess to executive session pursuant to general provisions, Article Section 3-305B 1I, to discuss the compensation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom the board has jurisdiction.
Second. I have a motion and a second that we go into executive session. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Everybody have a great day and a very happy Memorial Day weekend.